Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFiBER One News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFiBER One News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFiBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFiBER One News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFiBER One News. I'm Cody Johnson with news from around the Columbia Basin for Tuesday, January 8th. Tonight we report on the addition of a new ground ambulance by MedStar to help the Moses Lake area, and how Maskers Theater is holding auditions for 2 plays. We look at how a Moses Lake school program is seeking a freezer to help feed students, and how one school district is continuing the practice of having armed guards at schools. In sports, we have highlights from the BCS title game last night and Big Bend basketball. Our spotlight story tonight is about what it takes to organize the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce Business Expo. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFiBER One Weather Center. Our top story: if you live near Moses Lake, your life may have gotten a little bit safer. Grant County Fire District 5 is getting some help in saving lives. Northwest MedStar added a ground ambulance to its Moses Lake base in partnership with the fire district. Off-duty firefighters from District 5 are providing driving services to assist in the transport and care of critical patients. The MedStar ambulance will not replace existing services in the area, but will transport critically ill and injured patients in inclement weather when the helicopter is unable to fly. Fire Chief Dan Smith said the addition of a MedStar ground ambulance in our region will bring improved response times and increased care for patients in inclement weather. Northwest MedStar Director Evelyn Bison said the ground ambulances are staffed and equipped the same as MedStar aircraft with everything the critical care team needs. A teenager was arrested in Moses Lake for burglary and vehicle prowling. Homeowners on the 400 block of Linden Avenue told police someone tried to enter their home on Monday at 1 a.m. The victims helped police track the suspect to a home on the 2100 block of Bel Air Drive, where police spoke to a 16-year-old male. Officers discovered he had keys on him that were previously stolen from a car on Nelson Avenue. He was arrested and taken to the Grant County Juvenile Detention Center. Police are asking anyone with information about the burglary or the vehicle prowl on Nelson Avenue to contact them by calling 509-764-3887 during the workdays. 2 Ephrata residents were injured Monday afternoon in a rollover crash on State Route 17, just a few miles south of Ephrata. At about 1:45 p.m., Daniel Jackson, a 23-year-old Ephrata man, was driving a 2003 Ford Focus south on SR 17 when he reportedly attempted to pass another vehicle and lost control. According to the Washington State Patrol, the car left the road and rolled until it came to a rest on the passenger side. Jackson was injured and transported to Samaritan Hospital for treatment. His passenger, a 22-year-old Christina Kimball of Ephrata, was also taken to the hospital. The State Patrol listed reckless driving as the cause of the crash, and related charges are expected. If you hope to play golf at Banks Lake Golf Course, you may have missed your chance. A plan to build an RV park to help keep the golf course open is in jeopardy. Grant County Port District 7 commissioners have been trying to keep the 18-hole course open since the course operator walked away last year. According to the Star newspaper, the port paid $100,000 to make necessary repairs to greens and fairways last year, while reducing membership fees in an effort to keep the course open. Port commissioners had hoped to secure a grant to build a proposed 48-space RV park, but a recent feasibility study set the cost at $1.7 million, more than twice the earlier estimate of $840,000. At their last meeting, commissioners reportedly failed to come up with a plan on how to keep the course open this year, other than by utilizing volunteer labor. Are you ready to take the stage? Maskers Theater in Soap Lake is combining auditions this weekend for their spring and summer productions. Auditions take place at 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday at the theater at 322 Main Avenue East in Soap Lake. The spring show will be Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, directed by Peggy Doobie. This classic work of dramatic science fiction is set in a future where reading books is outlawed and firemen don't put out fires, they start them. The show runs for 3 weeks with 9 performances from late April through May. The summer show will be Bed Ride, written by Matthew Weaver and directed by Beverly Hasper. This is a comedy featuring a lot of action and silliness, despite the fact that the lead characters spend the entire show confined to bed under doctor's orders. The show runs through from June 28th through July 14th. For more information, contact Maskers Theater at 509-246-2611 or by email arts@maskers.com. If you're looking to renew or obtain a concealed weapons permit from the Grant County Sheriff's Office, don't plan on going on Friday. The Grant County Sheriff's Office in Ephrata will be closed for a staff meeting and training. It will involve all their staff. Sheriff Tom Jones said there will be deputies and law enforcement working, but the office is closed. For emergency calls, you're asked to dial 911. To report non-emergency crime, you're asked to call the MAC dispatch at 509-762-1160. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day, or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from our iFiBER 1 Weather Center, and we'll have sports and more news.